Oh, apologies, I've just been on mute there. Technical difficulties. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It's really nice to see people on the call today for our information session for our upcoming healthcare assistant programme. So to introduce myself, my name is Grace. I'm one of our admissions operation managers here at Generation. I'm responsible for recruiting and for managing the application process for our healthcare assistant programme. So our healthcare assistant programme is due to begin on the 28th of April, and today we'll take you through a lot of the a lot of things. So the admissions process, who Generation are, a bit about the healthcare assistant programme, and also the role beyond as well. So this webinar is now live, and so a reminder that there is a chat function for you to ask any questions that you might have, but just a gentle reminder to please remember to be respectful of everyone else within the chat function, and we will also be recording this session today for those who are unable to attend and would like to watch back at any point. So today we will be running through a few different things. So we'll start off with an introduction as to who Generation are, what we set out to do, and then we'll move on to an insight into the healthcare assistant programme that you have applied for. We will then cover what a career in healthcare could look like for you, and then moving on to the application process, some key dates and what is required of you during the process, and also how to be successful in your application for our healthcare assistant programme. So like I say, if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to pop them into the chat function and I'll be more than happy to answer them as we go along. Otherwise, hopefully all of your questions will be covered in today's session. So I think a really nice place to start is by introducing who Generation are. Who are we? What do we set out to do? So Generation UK and Ireland are a charity who were first founded in 2015 within the US before expanding to the UK in 2017. And Generation first came about after identifying a clear skills gap, a mismatch between, on one side of the coin, there being lots of employers who are looking to hire, but really struggling to find people with the right skills or knowledge that they need for their vacancies. And we saw this in a lot of different sectors, so in tech roles, in healthcare or the green sector. And then on that other side of the coin, there was a large amount of people who are unemployed, looking for work or wanting to break into these sectors, but lacking the right technical skills or knowledge to do the roles, or potentially they don't have the access to the pathways in order to learn those skills. And Generation are here to bridge that gap between the skills employers need and also the skills that job seekers possess. And we do this through free skills programs to train and support individuals who are unemployed or underemployed, helping them secure life-changing careers that would otherwise be inaccessible. And we do this by focusing on the skills in demand, practical training and real-world outcomes, all in hopes of narrowing the skills gap, empowering learners and supporting employers also. And we do this through teaching in an intensive bootcamp structure. So most of our programs are Monday till Friday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. during that time. And our curriculum is designed with the skills and knowledge that you will need to enter these entry-level roles, and also the skills and knowledge that our employers are looking for. So this means that you learn really quickly. We'll also introduce you to employers along the way, help with your applications, and make sure that you're equipped with the skills and knowledge needed to succeed. And as you can see from this slide, we are currently operating in 300 cities across 17 different countries across the world. And so far, we have helped place over 120,000 graduates into life-changing careers, and that has been with over 3,000 employers. And we're really big on data capture at Generation, and we often do surveys with employers at different points to see how our graduates are performing. And as you can see from this statistic here, 84% of our graduates outperform their peers in productivity and quality outcomes. And this is in comparison with traditional means, so potentially employees who have directly applied for those roles, or they have worked up those roles through previous experience or promotions, etc. And it really goes to show how our style of teaching works and really sets you up for success. So a bit more about our healthcare assistant programme that you have applied for. So this is a 4-week programme. It is online during those 4 weeks and it is super interactive. You get lots of opportunities to gain the technical and soft skills that you need to start your career as a healthcare support worker. At the end of the programme, we will connect you with employers who are hiring, and this could be in the NHS or other healthcare providers such as the care sector or the private sector. And during this time, we will help you with your application, and that is from CV writing, interview skills, mentoring, etc. And we'll prepare and support you to interview for those roles. We'll prepare you also for the care certificate qualification that you will gain once you are working within the sector. And here is a bit of information about the steps of your application. So there's a few different steps here, and we'll take you through these one by one, and also we'll go into them in a little bit more detail as we go through today's slides. But firstly, you begin by registering your interest with us, filling in your details and telling us exactly who you are. And you also are required to take an English and Maths assessment. And then once you have completed that, we will review your application and invite you to attend either a group task, firstly, and then you'll move on to an interview. So we use a booking site called Calendly, which you may see this link land in your inbox. But this is a link where you're able to go on and book onto these different sessions. And then once you have completed that, and if you're successful following your interview, we will invite you to a chat with one of our mentors. And I'll go into in a little bit more detail throughout today's slides about the role of our mentors, exactly what support looks like from them, and a bit more about that mentor conversation as part of your application process. We will be sending out all outcomes of all applications between the 11th to the 18th of April, and the programme will begin on the 28th of April. So next month, and it's really quickly approaching. Following completion of the programme, you get access to a guaranteed interview, and we will support you with those job interviews and application support as well. And there will be ongoing support from your mentor also. So again, I'll go through this in a little bit more detail, but once you graduate from the 4 weeks of the programme, you then move into what we call our placement phase, which is 6 months. So support from us is ongoing during those 6 months. It doesn't just stop when you graduate from our programme. We are there to support you and hopefully prepare you and support you into an entry-level healthcare role. So you may be thinking, what, can I apply for this programme? Who can apply for this programme? And we do have a number of eligibility criteria, so you will need to satisfy these criteria. So you need to be over the age of 18, not currently in education, training or work. If you are working a 0 hours contract or a part-time contract up to about 16 hours a week, that is absolutely fine, just as long as it is within the evenings or the weekends, so not interfering with that Monday till Friday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. on the programme. You also need to have the legal right to work and live within the UK, and this programme is currently open to applicants living in either West Yorkshire or in London. So you'll need to be based in one of those two areas. We're also looking for people who are motivated, committed, and super interested in working in healthcare. So this could be within care, the care sector, the private sector, or the NHS. We're also looking for people who are really personable and want to work in a fast-paced environment like healthcare. We are also looking for good problem solvers and also people who are people, so enjoy speaking with people, working with people and caring for them. You also need to be able to enjoy working with others in a team, and also someone who can be polite and professional in all situations that they are faced with. So this is a bit of an overview of a healthcare assistant role. So we get asked two very common questions as part of the application process. So I think these are two good places to start when we look at an overview of a healthcare assistant role. So the first question that we get is now a good time to move into this sector and start a new career within healthcare? And our answer to this is yes. Healthcare is future-proof, and it's one that is always needed. As long as people are alive and living, there is need for health and for people to be informed and also have the right kind of skills and knowledge in order to do a healthcare assistant role. So as we touched on in the beginning, generating generation are here because there is a clear shortage of people with the right skills and knowledge to be able to do the role. So we are here to train you and support you into a role if that is something that you are interested in. So we are seeing salaries starting at around £23,000 a year, but we see there's tons of progression within healthcare assistant. Within healthcare, as your knowledge, skills and experience in the role increases, we're seeing salaries increase, and that could be a progression to £30,000 within a number of years. Another really common question that we get is, what will I actually be doing in a healthcare assistant role? And a healthcare assistant role is super varied. It's very practical, and each day brings new tasks, opportunities to learn, challenges, etc. So that really plays into what we mentioned earlier about we need someone to be a really good problem solver. So as I say, it's a very varied role. So you could be doing a various number of tasks, and that could include monitoring patients' conditions. That could be by taking temperatures, their pulse, respirations, weight. You may also need to provide wound care, injections, including insulin, catheter, stomas, or other personal care. You also need to support with different activities of living. So this could be anything from helping patients get dressed or toileting, helping them make breakfast, etc. You also need to support a registered nurse with double ups and supporting people who have been discharged from hospital or maybe waiting for a package of care to be confirmed. And this just touches on the surface of the duties and responsibilities of a healthcare assistant. But we think if these three boxes that I will run through now here on this slide is something that appeals for you, it sounds like this is the right course and role for you. So if you believe that there is nothing more rewarding than being able to help and provide help to people who are in need, working in healthcare will allow you to reach your desires to help others while also earning a wage for yourself. And so working in healthcare, whether directly or indirectly to another person, will be changing lives and also impacting families. And so another common question that we get is, how will the programme feel? What does the programme involve? I will be dedicating 4 weeks, Monday till Friday, to this programme. What exactly is involved? So each day will begin at 9 a.m. and finish at 5 p.m. As I mentioned, it is all online, so all of the delivery is remote. And so you will be joined on an online classroom, so you have a live instructor, and also you'll be joined by your peers who will also be learners on the programme. Often we see class sizes of about 20 to 25 people on the call. And if you need assistance with a laptop, if your laptop is not running very fast or you don't have one, we are able to support you with this, and we can lend laptops to you. If you also, your Wi-Fi isn't the strongest and you would like a dongle, like a plug-in dongle for your laptop, that is something we can provide you. And a lot of our teaching is around kind of role plays and group tasks, so we do ask all learners to have their cameras on during this time. So if you need a webcam, this is also something that we can provide for you. But the programme is built from real life scenarios. So we have a live instructor who is called Proscovia, who has tons of experience in the sector. And then there is also a dedicated mentor who is Carrie, who was a nurse. So tons of experience there, and they're able to give you that delivery around real life scenarios. So the live instructor, Proscovia, is there to teach you the technical content, and so this could be observations, so you could observe some instructor demonstrations and participate in kind of practice opportunities with her guidance, and then the mentor is there to really help you with those soft skills around teamwork, communication, problem solving, etc. And so there is a combination of the guided session from the instructors and the mentors, and then also some self-study for you to do yourself as well. And then also we use Teams to deliver all of our programs, and so your average day will look quite similar to this image that we have down here, where you'll be joined by all of your peers on the course, on the program, and we place a lot of emphasis around community feel and really making sure that everyone feels comfortable in the classroom, they're feels really able to ask questions and contribute as well. And so we leave lots of time for reflection and reinforcement. And like I say, a lot of the teaching is around kind of role plays and practice sessions. So role plays where someone may be pretending to be a patient, or someone may be pretending to be a healthcare assistant, etc. And it really helps you to be able to apply those skills that you've learned from those technical sessions as well. And so you may be thinking, what do I benefit from this? What benefits can I receive from completing a generation program? And there's tons. I mean, it is a completely free training program. So at no point will you ever have to pay anything towards one of our programs. And we are there to really prepare you for the job market and prepare you for an entry-level role in healthcare, which could be life-changing. And so all of our learning is online, like I've mentioned. So you are able to do this from the comfort of your own space. You spend tons of time with your live instructor, so you get that opportunities to ask questions and also seek additional support where you might need. And so we also have one-to-one mentoring, which I'll go into in a little bit more detail in the later slides. But your dedicated mentor is there to help with your soft skills. So whilst your instructor is there to teach you the technical knowledge, your mentor is there to help you with employability support, etc., and to give you the best chance of completing the program in full, and also setting you up for success beyond the program as well. We will also connect you with employers, so in your area, so jobs and opportunities that are relevant to you. So we are seeing with a lot of healthcare assistant roles, they are involving a bit of a commute. So that commute could be from 30 minutes up to 60 minutes. So that's something to keep in mind when you are applying for the program. Is that how would you commute to opportunities? Would this be via public transport, or via bus, or driving, etc. But we will connect you with opportunities, and at the end of the program, we guarantee an interview with a healthcare provider. We can also lend laptops and also internet access if this is something that you need. If you're applying for this online program and you're thinking, oh, I don't have a laptop and my Wi-Fi is not the greatest, this is something that we can support with. So we ask for this as part of our offer form. So once you receive your offer for the program, you just let us know exactly what tech you need, and then we will send it out to you before the program begins. And then at the end of the program, you will receive through a small kind of returns label, and you'll be able to return it to us free of charge. And also during the program, you are welcome to continue receiving your benefits. And if this is something that you're not already receiving, or you have some questions around how to receive, our mentors can support you with this as well. Brilliant. So I've spoken quite a bit about the mentor support and what this involves on the program, but you may be thinking, what is exactly involved in the mentor support? So we are fully understanding that boot camp and online learning could feel quite overwhelming. I mean, it's 4 weeks of your time you're dedicating to the unknown, meeting new people, learning new content, and preparing for a new career as well. And you're doing all this whilst juggling your home life and responsibilities. So our mentors are here to support you, to prepare you for this during the program and beyond. So there's quite a few different touch points with our mentors. So at the beginning of the program, you were assigned both the instructor and a mentor, and our mentors are specialised in adult learning experiences. So they come with tons of experience and knowledge. So Carrie, who I mentioned, who is one of the mentors for our healthcare program, she was a nurse previously, so she's really equipped with the right knowledge on how to support you into a healthcare assistant role. They are there to help you with those soft skills, whilst the instructor supports you with those technical skills. And those soft skills could be around a plethora of things. So motivation, goal setting, future orientation, persistence, and a big emphasis on growth mindset. So this could be thinking how to approach challenges, setbacks, and see this as an opportunity for personal growth. They are there also to give you the best chance of completing the program, so making sure that we can give you whatever support you need during those 4 weeks, and also setting you up for success beyond as well. So I mentioned around employability support. So we will help you with interview skills. We will run mock interviews, help with CV and readiness for employment. We also offer pastoral care and wellbeing support, and this is completely tailored and individualised to your needs and situation to make sure that you are supported on the course. So there's quite a few different touch points. We do this during the application process, so pre-programme. As part of the application process, those who are successful following the interview are invited to a one-on-one call with one of our mentors, and this is a really good chance for our mentors to start hearing about you, your current circumstance, and what support you might need on the programme if successful, and how we can make sure that you are receiving this from day one. And then during the programme, there's tons of dedicated one-to-one sessions with your mentors, and at these opportunities you will set personalised goals, also coaching specific to the role that you would like, and also readiness towards that role as well. And then post-programme as well, it doesn't stop after you graduate from the 4 weeks. We will support you with getting ready for interviews and support with your job search as well, all in aid of building your confidence and making you feel job ready. So once you graduate from our programme, you then move into a 6-month placement phase. So our support doesn't stop once the programme ends. Although the core programme is over, now the interviews and employability really ramps up and your employability journey begins. So you'll be introduced to our qualified career coaches and employability coaches who will support you during those 6 months post boot camp. So we will make introductions to employers for you, and we will commit to prepare you to best succeed in the interview and hopefully land a job, but it is up to you to keep engaged with us as well in order to be placed into roles. At the end of the day, you'll be the one who will be doing the interview, and we want you to make sure that you embrace everything that you have learned over the 4 weeks of the programme in order to land that dream role for you. So our post-programme support plan is completely tailored to your individual needs. You get access to one-on-one and group coaching by our employability coaches. We also have a graduate hub and LinkedIn learning support in order to support with your job search, and we will also connect you with hiring employers and help you with those interviews for jobs. And so even if you get placed early on into those 6 months of the programme, we will still help you with transitioning into the workplace, and for those who are still seeking, that employability support continues for the 6 months. And here is a really quick overview of the programme itself. So before the programme kicks off, we have an introduction session which normally takes place the week before the programme begins. And during this time, it's a really good chance for you to get that introduction into the role, so a healthcare assistant or a support worker role. You will start to explore some of the various settings one may work in, so whether that's the NHS or the care sector, and also you'll be told about the different skills, values and attributes that you'll need to be successful. And then once we have kicked off the programme, we'll have lots of sessions around the technical skills that you'll need in the industry. You'll also learn to develop skills such as your functional English and maths and ICT skills. The NHS does have minimum English and maths skills, so we will support you with this. And now the NHS has also gone digital, so we will make sure that you're confident with your digital ability. So we'll focus on developing those digital skills and also navigating different platforms such as Teams, Google Drive, etc. We'll take lots of opportunities to self-reflect, and there'll be various different assessments to check in how you're doing, and also for you to be able to reflect on your progress, such as case studies, scorecards, and also peer feedback. And then we will deliver the curriculum as well, which is a big focus on supporting patients with various different things, so such as dementia, learning abilities, mental ill health, all of things that you might experience while working as a healthcare assistant. And here's another overview of the curriculum. So a lot of our focus as well is around our generation skills and mindsets, and a lot of these are around growth mindset, future orientation and planning, etc., all in aid of getting you set up and ready for an entry-level role. We will also support with the 15 care certificate standards, the 6 Cs of care and nursing, and then those employability skills that I mentioned around personal statements, CVs, how to complete an NHS application form, and also interview skills geared towards those 6 C's of care. We'll also support you with brushing up on your functional skills in English and maths to make sure that you are able to achieve L1 at assessment. So like I say, I've banged on a lot about all the support, but there's tons of support from us here at Generation. And so, like I say, you get access to your really experienced mentor, also instructor, also mentorship during the programme and after, and also support with English as second language. So make sure that we can build your confidence in that area. And like I say, the NHS does have minimum English and math skills, so there's tons of support that we can give you there to make sure that you feel confident going into a role. And so our generation mindsets and skills, there are a few different things that we like to focus on during the programme. So a growth mindset, persistence, personal responsibility, future orientation, and these are mindsets that will really help you going into the workplace. Behavioural skills around communication, proactiveness, time management and teamwork, all of which are super important in a healthcare assistant role that will really help you be set up for success from day one. Employment essentials as well around interview skills, CV writing, and also mentorship as well to make sure that you are able to overcome any key challenges that you might face, such as stress management, working with colleagues or potentially difficult patients, on how to respond to that like you would do in the workplace. And so here is a bit of an overview around the application process. So a lot of you have probably completed a lot of these steps already, but I think it is really important to give you an overview of what that application process looks like and some of those key dates as well. So we are here today, so that first step, which is our information session for our healthcare assistant programme. And so you will begin your application by completing the eligibility forms as part of your application, and then you'll move on to our group task and interviews. So we are running these up until the 2nd of April. After your interview, you'll be invited to a mentor support conversation, which normally takes place over Teams, about half an hour of your time and a really good chance for you to connect with one of our mentors. And then the outcome of your application will be sent to you between the 11th to the 18th of April. The week before the programme is due to begin, there will be a class induction, and this is a really great time for you to meet your instructors, meet others on the programme, and start getting set up. So whether that's setting up your tech, so your equipment, your laptop, your Wi-Fi dongle, etc., getting logged into our system, so getting logged into Teams and Google Drive, to make sure that you are set up for day one and you're ready to learn from 9 a.m. that Monday of the 28th of April when the programme starts. And so there's quite a few stages of the application process. So you will need to upload quite a few documents, 2 documents in regards to your current employment status and also your right to work. And so this is done through our applicant portal. So it will be as part of your application process. So we can accept a few different things here. As you're uploading this onto the portal, there's tons of information around what we can accept, what we can't accept. But for your right to work, we can accept a few different things, such as your passport along with your share code, settled status or e-visa proof. We can accept your national insurance number along with your birth certificate or a British passport if you have one. For proof of employment status, we can accept a few different things here as well, which could be your latest universal credit statement, your latest bank statement showing a month's worth of transactions, or if you're currently working, we can accept your 0 hours contract, your part-time work contract, or your most recent P45 if applicable. This stage on your application will likely stay in progress, or will stay highlighted yellow for a little while. It just means that we're making our way through and checking everyone's documents. If you want to double check any documents with us, please do just reach out to us directly, and we can have a look over them for you before uploading. Otherwise, once we review them, if we need any extra information from you, we will get in touch with you directly to request this. You'll also need to complete your functional skills assessment, so this will be as part of your application process. There is an English assessment to complete and also a maths assessment to complete. Both of them take less than 10 minutes of your time, and it's really key for us to see on your application process exactly where your ability currently lies. And so interviews will be continuing up until the 2nd of April. So we are starting to wrap up our application process currently for the healthcare assistant programme. So if you haven't already completed an interview, please make sure that you book onto one of these, or reach out to myself if none of the dates available don't quite fit with what with your schedule. So at all stages of your application process, I'd make sure that you're logging into your portal, making sure that you're up to date and you've reached that under review stage on the application. And so a bit about the interview process then. If you haven't already completed your interview, we are currently holding these via phone call. So it will likely be with myself or one of my colleagues called Kim, who's one of our operations associates here at Generation. So here during the phone call, it normally takes about half an hour of your time, and we've got about 8 questions to run through. And so we are looking for the reasons of why you would like to join the Generation Healthcare Assistant Programme. So we would recommend you think about, why do you want to start a career in the NHS? Think about some examples where you have provided care for someone, whether that is a child, a friend, or a family member. And we want to understand you. We want to build a picture of you beyond your application. We want to understand about your life and work, your experience, and what's led up to this point. We don't recruit based on past work experience or qualifications. We don't require any work experience within the healthcare sector to receive a place on the programme. That is what we are here to train you on and to support you with into an entry-level role in the field. We'd also recommend researching the 15 standards of care beforehand, and there's also a case study which you'll be required to read through and do some preparation around for the interview. And so once you have read through that interview ahead of time, during the interview, we'll ask you around 3 questions in regards to the case study. So it's really important that you read that ahead of time. Brilliant. I think that brings us to the end of all of our slides today. So thank you so much everyone for watching today. And like I say, it is a recorded session, so you're more than welcome to access the link and then go back and watch at any point. But I'm happy to open the floor now to any questions that anyone might have. There is a chat function, so feel free to put any comments in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them as they come through. If there's no questions at all, then you're more than welcome to leave the call now. And like I say, I will make this recording available and send it around to everyone so you're able to watch at a later point. And you can go back to any sections if you would like a little bit more information around the mental support or the curriculum or the application process. So if that is something you would like to do, you're more than welcome to rewatch the video. Otherwise, I think if there's no questions, I will end it here. And thank you everyone. I really look forward to seeing how you progress in your application process. And please reach out to this email address, healthcareprogram@generation.org, if you have any questions at any point. Thank you everyone.